And 10 investigates tonight. The murder trial for former Mount Carmel doctor William Husel is underway.
Husel was charged with 14 counts of murder, accused of ordering excessive doses of fentanyl be given to his patients. Now, jury selection is underway, and Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haverly explains who will decide his fate and what comes next.
Attorneys spent hours today questioning these potential jurors on a number of topics, including whether they could be fair and impartial, and also other questions about end-of-life care and other topics central to this trial, including the key question of, did the diseases of these patients kill them, or was it the drugs? Prosecutors argue it could be both. They say that Husel ordered excessive amounts of fentanyl that hastened these patients' deaths, regardless of whether they were dying or not. Husel's defense team, by the way, has argued that he was providing end-of-life care to patients in their final moments of life. Dr. Husel was fired by Mount Carmel Hospital back in December of 2018. 6 months later, he was indicted on 25 counts of murder. But last month, prosecutors dropped 11 of those counts, choosing to focus on 14 patient cases, most of whom got 1,000 micrograms of fentanyl or more. Husel hasn't practiced medicine since 2018, and the pandemic delayed the start of his trial. He's allowed his medical license to expire, but the state's medical board hasn't taken any action outside of its initial suspension of his license, but that was 3 years ago. At one point during today's questioning, the prosecutor made an analogy about a veterinarian putting a dog to sleep. The purpose, he said, would be to end the dog's suffering. This drew objections from Husel's defense team, but it marked a parallel for the state's argument. They say even though compassion care may have been involved in this, the amount of drugs involved were so excessive, the only result would have been to hasten these patients' deaths. At one point, Husel's defense attorney moved to strike all of these jurors, but that was quickly overruled. They too will get their chance to question them before the week's over. Reporting from inside the courthouse, Bennett Haverly, 10 TV News.